Long ago, and sometime in the future, the Lamsterverse was created. The Lamsterverse is a creation of contradictions, a cosmos of innocence intertwined with predation, beauty mingled with peril, and the ever-present touch of the mysterious paterfamilias, universally recognized as its architect, though shrouded in myth and ambiguity. Paterfamilias is a hermit-like figure whose influence shapes both the physical laws and the metaphysical truths of the universe. Some say he carved the Lamsterverse from the void like a sculptor with clay. Others whisper that he merely discovered it in the folds of reality, an eternal world that he gently guided into a coherent story. His philosophy, Taoism, permeates every fiber of this world, these worlds, a balance between chaos and creation, life and entropy, guiding all who dwell within it. This is the Laminate. The layers of the Lamsterverse consist of infinite numbers and real and imagined, simulated and concrete, prime and non-prime, many known, some seen, and others that will only be revealed over time. The Lamster layer, where the Lamsters and their ecosystem exist, is primarily focused on material, and the Verse layer, home of the Genesis Elders and their tribal factions, is primarily focused on story. These two dimensions, and many more, infinite more, overlap in subtle ways, bound by the threads of paterfamilias design, bones and meat. You now, who are listening to this, you are in one of those layers. You may call it the reality layer, but it's just one layer of the laminate. The Lamster layer is a vibrant but fragile world, its balance dependent on the interplay of these beautiful creatures and the silent influence of the Verse layer. Inhabited by Lamsters, these little inhabitants exist as multiple generations and in multiple factions. The Lamsters produce wool so fine and ethereal that it's woven into the fabric of reality itself. The wool, sometimes called Wu L1, is created in the Lamster Tao. Their work sustains the natural balance of this realm. The Flesh-Eaters are humanoids. They coexist with the Lamsters, harvesting their Wu L1 for trade, power, and wealth. They are tethered to the Lamster's dimension, and they cannot traverse to the Verse layer. Also inhabiting the Lamster layer are the Dogongels and the Wolfimon, beings of dual nature. The Dogongels are loyal, winged, canine protectors of the Lamsters, helping them navigate the trials of their world. While the Wolfimon, on the other hand, are cunning and predatory, often seen sowing chaos, driving the Lamsters into danger or working to undo their harmony. All of this separate from the Verse layer. The Verse layer is the realm of the Genesis Elders. Above and beyond the Lamster layer lies the Verse layer, a vast ethereal dimension where the Genesis Elders and their tribes dwell. The Verse layer is divided into regions, each reflecting the nature of the tribes and their Genesis Elders. The lands are not static, but morph with the stories and philosophies of their inhabitants. The Genesis Elders are immortal, godlike beings, and each has formed a tribe within the Verse layer, though some of them have formed no tribe at all, instead only adopting tribe. These tribes embody the specific philosophies and aspects of the Genesis Elders themselves. One notable example is Pater the Younger, who roams the Verse layer as a wanderer philosopher. He unites his own tribe of seekers who strive to embody the principles of balance. His followers are known as the Taoists, and they're deeply tied to trees and forests. And while the Lamster layer is grounded in mechanics and commerce, the Verse layer is a plane of endless story. Here, the Genesis Elders shape reality with their wills, yet all is subject to the overarching balance enforced by paterfamilia's subtle touch, as well as the interplay of Dogongels, Wolfimon, and the three regions who reside in the Lamster layer. The Dogongels and Wolfimon move freely between the layers, serving as intermediaries and agents of change. The regions do not move They are stuck in the Lamster layer, but they are aware of all. There is a deep interplay between the layers. The Lamster layer and the verse layer exist in a delicate balance. The Wuel one, harvested by flesh shearers, is more than mere material. It is the thread that sustains the Lamsterverse, weaving stories and possibilities into existence. Dogangels act as guardians. They ensure that the Lamster's Wuel one continues to flow, while Wolfimon often act as disruptors, actually protecting while testing the resilience of the system. Stories and myth crafted in the verse ripple down into the Lamster layer, shaping the lives of the Lamsters and the Flesheers. However, only the Dogangels may submit these tales for consideration, and only the Wolfimon editors, who utilize a brutal line-item editorial process to preserve the integrity of the Lamsterverse. The final approval, though, comes from the three regents, and this is their power. Of course, there is the mystery of Paterfamilias, his origin and purpose, and above it all, illums this enigmatic presence. His life as a hermit on a remote island mountainside, disconnected from both layers of his creation, but participating in both and others, raises endless questions. Is he truly the creator, or merely a discoverer? What is his true role as the father of Baoism and of Lamsters? Is he actually Pater the Younger, as well as Pater the Younger's followers seem to believe? Or, as Pater the Younger insists, is he an independent being? These mysteries drive the Genesis Elders, they drive the Lamsters, and even the Dogangels and Wolfimon seek answers. But this is what perpetuates the eternal story of the Lamsterverse. Welcome to the Lamsterverse.